right, guys, welcome to the Boyer Academy podcast. I have awesome guests on today, and something that we try to do is highlight and do spotlights on our instructors and black belts or people at school so you guys get a way to know them. You know, whether you're a parent at the school, you're someone shopping for classes. So today is Martha and Edgar. They're mother, son. They're both black belts at the school and on our leadership team. I actually got a message today from somebody. It was a guest earlier. They were like, oh my gosh, Henley is so pumped that Mr. Edgar's going to be here later. So this is a chance for you guys to get to know them and listen to us chat, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So how are you guys? You nervous today?
Yeah.
I'm not. She is.
Not?
She's been.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I am. I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm excited. Just today's been great. Everybody's done good. We've got, I don't know why I thought 7 episodes was a good thing today. My brain is going woof. And then we got training tonight.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, I just said something to Emily. I'll see you tonight. She's like, tomorrow? I'm like, no, tonight. What's tonight? I was like, degree test training. Oh no, I gotta call my mom. I was like, man, I should have been quiet. I could have had the night off. Nobody would remember. Brooklyn has showed up from because Brooklyn's coming down. She'd have just been me and Brooke.
Really?
So yeah, she'll be down right before the event, or I don't know, probably they're on their way already. Yeah. So thank you guys for being on. Don't be nervous. You know, it's just about having fun. What is your rank? I've been trying to kind of ask people a series of questions today.
So I'm a 2nd degree black belt.
Same, 2nd degree.
And we're both working towards you'll be tested for your 3rd degree soon.
Yep.
Yes.
I wish I knew the stats. They always put the stats out on like out of 1,000 students, 1 makes it to black belt. I wonder what the stat is from that to 2nd to 3rd.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I got to. Well, my instructors when I was a kid, so when I started, the 2 American instructors that were teaching class for my instructor were the only 2 to master test before me. If I am remembering that correctly, they did their master ceremony for their 5th degrees, and before they were due for their 6th degrees, I did mine. And then below me was 2 other people, and I can't think of, I know other people might have done it after that, but out of all the schools and all the years, I mean, I tested it almost 20 years for my 5th degree. The people that taught me when I started were the only 2 to do that before me. Like, so it's got to be a small percentage.
Yeah.
So that's a huge accomplishment for you guys and 2 people in the same family. If you ever notice at the school, only 1 person will stay with you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I don't think I will go higher than 3rd degree. I'll be 80, but
You'll be fine.
But it is a big accomplishment for me, and to see my son doing the same thing. I mean, it's very enjoyable. I really love it. It's for me. It was a big challenge, you know, at my age and trying to do something, getting out of my comfort zone and do this. It's a big accomplishment for myself.
Well, and most people, and I applaud you for that, because most people don't think they can do it. I meet people all the time. I'm 42, and people my age, actually people a little bit younger than me, but in way worse condition, shape-wise, taking care of themselves, like, oh, I could never do that. And it's only too late when you're dead.
Yeah.
It's not too late before that to find something new. My instructor used to have a newspaper article of a lady, she was either 90 or 99. Tested for a black belt. I don't remember what it was. I remember the article was really old when I started with him, but it was a lady. It was very, very up there getting her black belt, and it's such a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, for me, it's a big accomplishment. Now going to 3rd degree, it's like, wow. I never thought I can do something like this at this age.
Well, but if you think about it, 3rd degree now, 3 years till 4th, 3 to 4 years depending on training wise, then 4 to 5 years till 5th, and I haven't made my decision up yet. I've got to look into it. So the WT, the style we were originally styled under, 4th degree was master. Could be. They changed it. I had to wait till 5th, but then ITF rank, who I also hold a master degree under the UTF, UTA, I had to be 6th. So I've done a couple master ceremonies. So I haven't really made the decision on where I wanted to set that bar, but 5th degree that's not outside the realm. You could totally do that. Because you got to remember 5th degree is not going to be this insanely strenuous test. It's more of a knowledge-based, teaching-based, like dedication to the martial art, like There's more that goes into it than just, okay, Martha,
Yeah.
what you get up, run every kata, every kick, every board break,
I would do,
If
and I go
your
as,
fifth degree test, his fifth degree tests are not
Yeah.
going to look the same.
I will go as far as that my body and my mind.
Perfect.
Let
You'll
me
be a
go.
fifth degree then. You'll be
Yeah.
fine. You just say that. You'll just be a fifth degree.
I'm
You'll be fine.
58 right now,
Yeah.
and it's amazing to be at this level right now.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm very proud of myself.
You proud of Mom?
Yeah, she's been doing good. I really enjoy actually doing it with her, because like, you know, a lot of people don't like have that bonding with their parents, but like because of Taekwondo, it's like really easy to like bond with her.
Yeah.
Because like we're in the same class, it's like really hard to get away from her, basically.
Yeah. It's true. No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
I'm not
My
trying to,
dad,
like-
when
Yeah.
I got my black belt, my dad started and we did class together for a long time. But there was such a big separation in our ranks and everything that we did, it wasn't the same. He did get his black belt because he told me he would. He got it, but it was never the we did class together, but we really didn't. We were really close anyways. But I get what you're saying. When your parents in class you and what sport out there could a mother at 58 and how old are you now?
I'm 16 now.
You're 16 now. That's I thought. I just want to make sure I was right. And a 16-year-old do together. Obviously, football wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
Mom would. No, I don't think Mom
I
would
don't
make
think
it
I can
on.
do that.
I think she can put some gear on, get
Yeah.
in the stands.
I don't think I can go that far.
But it's true.
Right.
It's one of those things that you
Yeah.
guys can do together, and it's great to do that. And one thing I've taken away from all of the martial art masters and OGs that I've trained with over the years, especially a lot of the older Korean gentlemen, that they always said, because we would always ask, they'd be 70 years old getting up there doing stuff. I remember Grandmaster Chai talking smack to me at a seminar one time. He was in his late 60s at the time, and he was like, I was 18, and he was schooling me. He was whipping me. He was talking, leading a seminar, doing stuff, and he was mocking me up front. He's like, "You old man, I 18." He was like whispering it to me down front because I was like holding this low stance, sweat, dying, and he was like, he was messing with me, blowing on me. And I remember always looking up to that. And one of their secrets was never stop. They just always kept training. Know the limitations. You can't let ego get in the way and be like, "Oh, I'm going to do a jump spin, something," and blow a knee, and then because that as you get older you're not going to recover from. You have to have common sense about it.
Yeah.
But it's cool that you guys are able to train together. Now, we've talked a lot about it in class, but your transformation over the last year, 6 months to a year, stepping up with the teaching, being energetic, getting out there instead of just being kind of quiet and sitting there,
Yeah.
has been huge. And not like why what is it? I know Stu's mentioned it before,
Yeah.
but like what is it for you on like a personal aspect of why you're making that? Because I remember when I was your age, I kind of did the same, like around that same age, kind of went to being more confident.
Yeah, I think it's just because I'm so more like comfortable with all you guys. Like I've known you now for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And everybody, and with Stu, talking with Stu, it was just like the biggest thing was like judgment, I guess, like because I've seen it like at school, like someone's gotten judged that they don't know, and it became like this domino effect of like this person, and then it goes on to this person, the next thing, the whole class is, and I wouldn't say like I was like scared that was gonna happen, because like obviously like that's not the place that would happen at, but it was just like kind of in the back of my mind, like I don't want to be judged, and then like everybody else is kind of judging me. But now that I've been with you guys for so long, I'm a lot more comfortable, like just being around you guys. We've been to so many tournaments now that we've all talked like so many times, and it's just really because like comfort.
Well, and that's part of it with anybody. Once you get comfortable, that's like when anybody comes in for a podcast, I try to start chatting and talking immediately to get people talking and get them comfortable and just act like it's so nonchalant. Like I think if you came in, you had to sit in the waiting room and people were like, boom, on air, red light would light up, like you would get antsy.
Yeah.
So that comfort zone builds up a lot, with being in class, being around everyone. But people are going to judge you. You're a young instructor. I remember I used to have a thing I used to do. My instructors don't know I did this. I would have parents that would join, or they put their kids in a class, and you'd have that dad back there. So my nickname in Taekwondo, I'm going to say it on the podcast, everybody's going to know. I had a teacher tell me she thought I would call me Skippy. And my instructor, Vern, made it stick until I was teaching enough that he was like, okay, the kids are not going to listen to you if we call you Skippy. So we stopped. But I would have parents come in, dads or whatever, be like, what's Skippy going to teach? They just kind of like this. So then I'd have the whole class do like a 540 heel kick or something, and I'd jump up, crack a pad, or I'd have, if they were in class and I could tell they were getting that like, what's he going to do vibe, I would go hold targets with them, and I'd have them hold something for me, and I'd be like, no, set it at your head. And I'd jump up, spam, pop the target, just to kind of remind them of why I'm teaching and they're in the back. Like, people are going to judge you, but you can't, it doesn't matter. Everybody judges everybody. Everybody's thinking this. What they think, what they say, what they do, at the end of the day, doesn't affect anything. So it's awesome to see you coming out of that. And I know it's been great because the kids love it. Kids love you. You've got a great personality and way of working with them. And I was explaining to one of them earlier, that placement, like, I'm the old instructor now. You guys are the younger ones that they look up to. They love you. They love Emily. They love Riley. They love everybody. They're so up there for you guys. We got the ones that run straight to Bella. The other night, a couple of little ones lined up with Jocelyn, which was cool because she hasn't had like her little buddies yet. That is a neat thing for me to see as the instructor. How does it feel for you guys? Both you guys have tons of kids that love you and love to come in and see you guys at night. Like, how does that feel for you guys?
It always feels like pretty good because just have a bunch of little kids that come up to you like, oh, yeah, and they're super excited. And it's just, you just get like that weird, like, warm feeling that, you have people that like look up to you, and it's always nice to like.
That admiration feels good.
Yeah.
For me, is the pleasure of seeing them comfortable with me and teach them. Those are moments that you keep on your heart, It's nice that even out of the studio, they saw you and they're, oh, Miss Martha, oh, Mr. Edgar. It is a very good feeling, and that you're doing something good for them.
Yes.
It
it fills your cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fills your cup. That was something when I speak a lot of times, I explain to people that like building the businesses and stuff, I would chase it because I liked the adrenaline of it and all that, but at the end of the day, it didn't feel good. It did not fill that void for me, like coming in and seeing the kids do well, seeing you do well, seeing you guys interacting on the mats like that, building that culture and that atmosphere and having that school, and that is what does it for me. Not, I've bid and achieved $1 million in work on a job site for a painting company in 1 week, and I was like, oh, no, this is gonna be so great, and I was like, no, I didn't feel great at all. Or when we first $1 million, I went out and celebrated, and Casey and I went downtown, had dinner, and did the things that you're supposed to do. Hey, But at the end of the day, I was like, it was just another day. It didn't do anything, because I realized that social cup for me is the same. That filling it by helping others and being that person is what does it. And that's what makes you guys so good, is it's not about anything else or personal gain. It's just you enjoy seeing them do it.
Yeah, it's not only the kids. It's also, it made me feel good when the parent came in and said, oh, Miss Martha, my kids love when you are here. And they don't want me to do their bell until we came to the studio and you and Edgar do it, or Emily or Bella or whatever. It is a big, good feeling for me to see that I'm making a little change on their lives.
Yes, and that's what we want. We want them, as a business standpoint, I want them going, no, Mom, I got this. Miss Martha's going to help me with it. Or, I approached one last night. I was like, hey, I can help you. And they're like, nope. And they went that way, and I was giggling. I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Edgar's got to tie your belt, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that I come and I say, can I do your belt? And I say, no, Edgar would do it for me. It's just
Edgar's
like
mom. So they'll be like, okay, he's busy. We'll go to Mom. That's what you want. That's what we're looking for with all the changes I've made in the school. That is the stuff that we want. We want them coming in, feeling that connection. We want them running in the doors to do class at night. And that's what they do. But it's great to see the growth you guys have had. The hard part, and I think the thing that you struggle with, I always did, I'm there because I like helping them. I like doing with them. But like when I get a chance to demonstrate or do something, I never understood when I was younger because I was like, I'll have you get your bow out or whatever we do. Mr. Vern would always do that with me. He'd be teaching. He got older. He couldn't do any of that stuff. So he would purposely open the blinds when a new student came into the office and have me training somewhere in the relative space if I was there early of the blinds, of the window, and have me do a weapon, or he'd walk out and he'd be like, yeah, you know, one of the things we do is X. Matt, grab your bow. Matt, do this. Matt, show me that flying side kick you did last night. And I'd run and jump and kick the bag because he couldn't do it. But I could do it, so then they knew the school could do it. I would just kind of, sometimes I would feel humble and I just kind of, do it. And I realized that you have to show off a little bit because they got to see it. The kids want to see you do good. They don't want you to get up there and do. They want you to put on that razzle dazzle for them because it's impressive to them. They want to see you do good, and you kind of have to get that in your head because it's something I struggled with, where I was like, no, this is about you guys. You guys are doing good, and I forget that. Well, they want to see me do good too, and it if I get up and look like crap, it's going to make them feel like crap. So you gotta break through that, and that's something that we'll keep working on with your training and stuff because you're doing great, but they want to see you guys get up there and show off. Like that pumps them up when even this last week, not having Emily there to unload on the mitts, like she loves hitting those mitts, and it translates through that room for those new students. They're like, whoa, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And they see that. It's important for you guys to understand that too. Like they want to see you guys show off. They want to see you guys having fun. They want to see you enjoying it. What other than martial arts? Because one of the things that I want people to take away from these episodes is like, who are you guys? Like, what are some hobbies or things that you're into? We'll go with Edgar first because I already know Martha's, and we love to eat it because Martha's food is amazing. And I'm totally going to tell Stacy when I get back, like, dude, Martha brought a spread for the podcast. Not for there, but
We
like,
had this
man,
whole
it's
tray on
awesome.
the table.
Oh man, I'm totally gonna do that. So what is something like outside of martial arts, even if it's loosely connected, that you enjoy?
Drawing.
Yeah.
You guys always like see it when I do but I like drawing a lot because like you can look at something and be like, I think that's really cool, and then you can try to change it into your own way and kind of draw it. And it's just kind of something I've been doing here and there. Like I've seen some like the people like on social media that have like this big old sketchbook and they got hundreds of drawings. Like, and for me, like I look up to them and I'm like, wow, I really want to draw like some of those guys. But like when I sit down and I try to do it, I just don't have that like passion to do it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of do it here and there, which that's what I enjoy. That's really about it.
Well, if you have something you enjoy like that, like I've always liked working on cars. I worked at body shops, I worked in mechanic shops, but it never was something that I was passionate about. To like, I'll have friends that I can mention something to, and they can rattle off all these performance parts and these things and all this. That's what their mind is occupied with. Mine's not. Mine never was. It's something I enjoy. I can have fun, go out. I know enough to tinker, and it's relaxing. But it's not like I'm not obsessed. Like I had friends that a new car would be coming out. They could tell you every spec it was going to be optioned with. I'm a car guy, but I never was that much of a car guy. Like you like to draw, but it's not that it's like every waking moment of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's where I get with personal development stuff. Like I'm fanboying over all these speakers and studying it, doing it. Like I get obsessed about it. So I get what you mean there. Like you like it, but it's not like everything.
Yeah.
So Martha, cooking.
For me,
If there anything else.
yeah, for me, cooking and crafting, I like to do craft stuff.
Yeah.
But cooking is one of my best, I think, passions.
I could say I don't know if your crafts
Because-
would taste nearly as good as your food does, but like
I love
I
to
could speak
cook.
for everybody when we're like seriously, everybody was mad about the trivia nights. I'm like, I don't think we can bring our own food. Everybody's like, what? Martha was gonna bring, and everybody was like, I was like, whoa, I'll make a phone call, I'll ask Jill.
Well, I like
funny.
to cook. My mom was a chef.
Oh, okay.
And she was an international chef. And I always at the kitchen looking at her cooking and stuff. So I pick up things here and there. I love to cook. I love to people enjoy what I'm cooking. It's something that I really enjoy.
Well, again, it goes to that seeing that passion. Ratatouille, that cartoon, they talk about it. It's
Yeah.
seeing the joy of someone enjoying the food. I never understood cooking until that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's a way it could be very fulfilling, is seeing someone enjoy a dish that you made
Yeah.
because you're enjoying that. Like I didn't understand it till that movie, and I was like, now I get it. Like it's and the creativity and the expressionism that comes with it.
It's so, I feel so good that I cook something that I put too much work into it that people enjoy. And I said, that made me feel good. That's why I like to do it.
Yeah.
It's something I learned from my mom and dad.
That's really
My
cool.
mom was a chef, like I said. My dad was a bartender. And it was their passion, and I pick up that from them, which is amazing.
Well, it's great. We really appreciate that because your food's really good.
Anytime.
Those I kept sitting down here night trivia night. I'm like, this is not that crazy of a dish, but my God, if these were at the house, I would be sick from eating all of them right now. Like if I didn't have to walk over, like those were so good.
You know, there's something about the Mexican food is it's so simple. It takes too much work, but it's so good and enjoyable.
Yes. Now, is that because, and I don't know anything about the Spanish Mexican culture, is that because meals are more of a event in that culture? Because I know, like, when we went to France, I did French in school, and it was a big thing about how French dinner was a time for the family and friends, and it was served in all these courses because
Yeah.
they wanted digestive, and you followed with this one, with this meal. You had people over. It was a social thing. It wasn't just sit down and eat. And they were
Yeah.
like, because they got really mad when we went over there. They tried to bring all our food out at once, and the tour guide was like, "No, we are here to enjoy the French culture." They're like, "Yeah, whatever. You're Americans. Just eat and go about yourself. You know, we didn't have salt. But go about your life. Like leave." It wasn't that. It's not that for us. We sit down and eat to eat real quick. It's not a. So is that a cultural thing?
For us, it is for some people.
Yes.
But for us, when we sit at the table, we have 3 plates.
Mm-hmm.
The salad, soup, or the big main. But it's in a culture.
Yeah.
You come and play bingo, Mexican bingo, and everybody bring a dish.
Oh, okay.
It's like weddings, big weddings, and quinceañeras, all that is just the Mexican people. It's a lot of food.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool, and
it's
that's
amazing.
a big difference between the two cultures, because you watch
Yeah.
people now just grab fast food, grab this, grab that, and go. When we were at Cardiff, when we were in Wales, it was something that I pointed out to teens. Like at a certain time of the night, the streets were flooded with people. Everybody was going and sitting outside of cafes. Like it was an event that evening. It was like, and there was not anything special going on, but the streets were packed, and it was so cool. Like that European laid back atmosphere for me has, for as wound as I am, I actually love being over there the way everything slows down, which is weird because I would not think that as much as I like to keep going. But I've always loved that atmosphere and enjoying it and doing that. That was really neat. So it's really cool that you're able to kind of bring that into the household and show him that.
It's amazing. I mean, I enjoy cooking and eating. And
It's really
the
good food.
Yeah, it's good food. No, it definitely is. The
Anytime.
taquitos the other night, right?
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah,
I
but
made-
that's
and then
nothing super crazy. Like it
No.
wasn't. No, they were just so good. I just kept eating. I was like, oh my gosh, it's
And then we have the teenage game that I bring the chicken quesadillas. And Miss
Yeah.
Stacy said, "Oh, Martha, these are the best." And I said, "Well, it's
really
just
good.
I make everything with passion, with love."
and when you enjoy it, and that's the key too, and that's something that when you see anything that people do with martial arts, that's why I've always said I do well with the school, and I've never had enrollment issues. It's always been like building the programs because I do love being there. I do want to be there. Even if I don't feel good, I still want to be there. I want to be teaching. I want to be doing it. One of my hardest parts is stepping back and shutting up and letting you guys run a class, which I do a little of that I need to do more, but letting you guys fail too, letting you have a class that just goes sideways and see what it's like. You know, I had instructors that would leave and have other things to go do, so I would have that experience of failing at a class, or having an adult give me crap and lip in the middle of a class, or there's a lot of that stuff. You guys are experiencing it because I'm always there. That's a hard part for me because the passion. I love doing it. I love the challenges. I love the change.
Yeah, that's
it's important. What's
challenges.
What's your plans for? You're 16. You're in high school. What's your plans while you go through high school, and what are you thinking like after high school? I've been asking everybody this stuff.
Yeah,
so
currently,
not picking on you.
Currently, just to finish high school, I want to
Okay.
get it done and over with. I don't really like school. I don't really just.
I didn't either.
Just sitting down all day doing paperwork. It's not my thing. But right now, I plan to go to finish high school, and then I plan to go on to the military because my dad did it, and everybody before him did it. So I'd think it would be pretty cool if I did it.
Mm-hmm.
That way, like maybe my son or someone else looks up, say, "Oh well, he
Or
did
just
it
like,
too."
grandkids, yeah. Her face.
She's been wanting
You know, I
grandkids.
have friends that are my age, they're already grandkids. And
I have friends that are my age that already have grandkids too, so
It's just
I
like-
get it.
Well, like
but it's okay.
he
I
could be
enjoy
your
it.
son.
yeah.
Dude,
It's all good.
he could be your son.
So, with the military, like that's something being the lineage there, kind of like following those footsteps. Stuff
Yeah.
that you've always. I see most people that I've had on that are military is normally a lineage. There's something there. It's very rare, I think, that someone is, and there's probably some stats on this, but someone is a first time. Just no one in the family's ever done it, so they did it. The military always attracted me, but my father and mother always kind of pushed it away. And then with me being deaf in one ear, they used that as told me I couldn't do it, which I was told later I might have been able to, but whatever. Past now, but that's a really cool and very, admirable aspiration. And I get the school thing. My dad saved all my report cards. So I'm going through all my stuff I got from when I was a kid. I was like, why did he save these? Like, I want my kids to see my grades. Get out of here. I'm like, I was looking at the other day. I was like, yep, that's how I remembered it. Yep, D's. Yep, there we go. Like, I own it, but I hated every minute at school. I wanted out. My senior year, I got to leave after third hour, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I found a letter that they wrote my parents in middle school, letting them know that I've been coming to school late way too much. And if I remember right, I was being a real problem for my mom getting out of bed in the morning. If memory serves, I got to ask her. She remembers me as being a little bit more of an angel than I was. If I remember right, I was really fighting her on getting up because my dad's shift, he would go in real early. Because I seen that the other day, and I was like, oh, I think that was I think once this letter come home, Dad got involved, and then I started getting up. But I fought hard on getting out of bed.
Yeah.
So I get it. I completely get the school thing. I still, if I even go to like a summit or some type of speaking thing, and they're handing out sheets and they get a little too teacherish, I'm like, oh, not what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened with Dr. Shiloh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like I got bored by any means, but it was very helpful.
Yes.
Like helping
But
us.
you got a
with-
worksheet, you got to read along.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
was
Very
like
cool.
sitting
Yeah,
there
no, I
reading
get
the
it.
paper. I was like, this is remind me of like science class.
I just did this all day today. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's what I told everybody with Leadership Week. What were your guys' kind of takeaways? I didn't even get to this with Emily. I didn't think about it, but with Leadership Week and some of the stuff we did.
I thought it was really helpful, just like learning about like how to deal with the kids. Like that one day, I totally forgot her name again. But working with ADHD kids.
Shiloh, Dr.
Yeah,
Shiloh,
Shiloh.
Dr. Workmeister.
I thought that was very helpful because we have some of those kids there,
Yes.
and like you could see some of the people that don't know like before, like some of the other ones like Alex or Caleb, that you can kind of see them getting like a little bit frustrated because the kids like over there overstimulated or like picking their nose, or like Walter the other day, he just kind of
Oh yeah, Walter's hilarious. Yeah.
he's so funny too, but
But you guys don't know how to process it yet until you're taught that. You just see a kid acting out. You don't understand you don't understand why. That was the purpose of doing it. Was to
Yeah.
educate you guys
Yeah.
on what and why is going on.
yeah,
And she could have dove so much deeper into those. Like we could have her out once a week. There's so much stuff on this, and there's so much of it. in her brain that she could pour into you guys that I look forward to having her out next time to deep dive a little more into understanding where, avoiders come, sensory seekers, sensory avoiders, there's so much more there too.
Yeah. I just thought that was really helpful. And then
Awesome,
the other
I'm
days, what was it? The improv. I thought that was really helpful too, because not really like we're not gonna do improv. We're not gonna stop class and do improv by any means, but like you may be like, oh hey, come do forms, and you're not ready. But that kind of helped with that because you kind of get put on the spot there.
Well, you guys are very lucky that at the improv place that they do actual improv on stage is 21 and up or 18 and up, and I can't drag any of you guys there because we talked on the podcast last week, and I was like, dude, I will totally come do it. I told her I plan to go down there one week with them to get just the practice, but I was super bummed, and she was like, yeah, it's at a bar. I'm like, oh, it's not somewhere I could take. I would totally be like, hey guys, I'm gonna take you all to dinner Friday. And you're like, ta-da! Got a stage, you gotta get up and do actual improv comedy. I think it'd be good for you guys, but it is a good applicable skill to what we do. I didn't realize how much it fit until she came out and started working with us that night, and I was like, wow, this applies on so many levels for us.
Yeah.
What were some of your takeaways from Leadership Week?
I think Stu, is that his name?
Yeah.
I learned a lot from him. I discovered a lot of things to myself.
Yes.
That for me that I didn't know I can relate it to. But it's really interesting to hear and learn from him. And Lady
Shiloh. Dr.
Yeah, I learn a lot because my daughter have ADHD, and I learn a lot of things that I didn't see on her that I can see now, and some of the kids at the studio.
Yeah, you understand it. One of the things that Justin Stewart from the Guild, which we call him Stu. So
Stu, yeah.
Yeah. It's have it. I'll type in my phone. I'm like Stu. I'm like D backslash Justin. There he is. Him and I have talked, and I told him, I was like, the skills you guys are learning in the Leadership Academy and our partnership with the Guild is you're learning how your brain works. You're learning to understand things. You're learning PTSD. You're learning mission mindset. You're learning why you do things.
Yeah.
This isn't, oh, Boyer Academy is going to have a leadership program, and that's just a way to funnel in free teachers. This is a way of you guys learning real skills that you're going to look back on and pull from in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever. The subjects he's diving into and the way he's approaching them is stuff that you guys are going to retain it, but it's not going to make sense at your age. But then as you get older, things are going to happen. I've went back to old bosses. And I've been blessed with having the opportunity to do this. I went to help someone move a car one time, and I used to work for his dad. And I was like, hey, you told me you told me these 3 things. Know your worth. Don't speak on something until you're better. Like, it was a paint job, and he's like, don't correct someone's paint job until you can do a better one. So don't say anything. Basically, know your role. Know what you're worth. Know what your time's worth. If you're $20 an hour, know it, document it, be able to prove why you're worth that. Different things he taught me. That was the 2001, 24 years ago. I had a boss used to tell me, you can say anything you want as long as you say it with a smile. And I would watch him say things to customers. I'd be like, what did he just say? And he'd just smile at them, and they'd be okay. You can correct kids at class. You just got to smile. If you just stand there and look grumpy, it's not. Like, there's so many takeaways that when it was first told to me, I never understood it. Never got it. Like I said, Vern used to have me outside the window doing the stuff. I never understood that was a social proof thing of, hey, we're telling you your kids can do it. Look at Matthew. But years later, you come back on it, you're like, oh, it's something I've always had a skill for retaining that and then being able to go back in and look at it and say, that applies to me now. You're at 2 different places there in life, so the things you're saying are relevant to you in a different way.
Yes.
And it's amazing. I mean, the stuff he's taken us through, the roads he's taken us down on, some of it are great. Every bit of it, I'm super excited to keep working with him. We're working on tweaking the schedule for this year on how that's going to work. But it's, like you said, the takeaways you're getting from it, it's not stuff that's really applying to class. It's stuff that's applying to your life.
Yeah. I learned a lot from him that being into have mental problems, it helped me to say, wow, that's why I feel that way.
Yes.
And to feel open now to say it, it is a big accomplishment
That's
for
huge.
me.
Well, and it's like you said, understanding why you feel their ways. There's things that he said, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
He has deep dove and studied and trained and done so much on it. It's just amazing.
He's I mean, for me personally, he helped me a lot to understand some of the things that I went through, and it's just like, wow.
And how,
That's-
and why you're feeling the things you feel
Yeah.
from it. Yes, he has a way of saying it too. God's blessed him with that. A way of saying it and talking to people that it is relevant and it does apply. So one of the questions I've been asking everybody on these episodes is, if you had like the perfect class, if you could build out a class of the perfect things, of all the stuff that you wanted to do, and I even told Emily last podcast, this may be something we end up doing, to where like we have a night that's Mr. Edgar night, and Mr. Edgar has to build out a class plan, not like anything I'm doing, your own class plan. Like if you were gonna build a class, it'd be something like
It's
we
so
could work
easy.
on together, coaching you guys, helping you with it. But if you could just off the cuff build a class plan, 3 parts, you know how I like to do them. We warm up, we have, second part, third part. What would your 3 pieces be?
For me, it would be pretty easy. We could definitely do some jump kicks or some spinning kicks.
Yeah.
But if I had to split into 3 parts, the first part being the warm up, I would do something fun and like kind of interactive.
Yeah.
Not like what we did the other day. That was not fun at all.
Last night?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That
I
was
didn't get to
painful.
tell Emily about last night yet.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is gonna be super fun, and then that was not fun.
That was good for you guys. You got a good workout.
But
Yeah.
I would definitely
Let me
do.
tell you.
She got up this morning. Oh my God,
I
that
bet.
hurt.
I bet I could feel it. I've been sitting most of the day, but if I get up and start moving around, I know I'll feel it.
But I'll definitely do something like interactive, fun, and then the second part we would just go straight into kicks, doing fine side kick, tornado kick, all that, because that's what I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And then that last part would probably either be like showing off, like you got to like do this like little kick combo, like what we did with the tricking, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We would make a circle. And we would I would have one person hold, and then we would show off like a little kick combo.
Oh, cool. That's a
I
really
thought
good
that
idea.
would be, or we would do weapons, but we don't have weapons right now.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that idea. I really like that idea of the circle and have them show off a kick. I wanted to do more of that this go around, but then adjusting it for the tournaments kind of threw a wrench in it. Probably by the time this comes out, we'll have already had the tournament, or we might skip it for a little bit, because I keep finding little holes that I should have addressed before we do it, so we might wait a little longer for our little inter-school one.
I think that's gonna be really
But
nice too.
I really like that idea, doing the circle up, because I enjoyed that with the tricking stuff where we circled up and then everybody was challenged. So what would your ideal class be, your perfect class be, if you were to build it all out yourself?
Ooh, I trying to make the kids enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah.
Have some fun and enjoy.
Well, but if it was all
themselves.
your favorite stuff, what would you do?
Cooking.
Yeah.
My
Hey,
favorite
There's
thing,
sample.
do a little bit of easy forms for them to get their mind focused and learn those things. And like he said, little kicking, trying to do the little punches and stuff like that. It'd be
Awesome.
cool.
But I liked how you said that, something that's fun for the kids. That's something I'm always...
Something they enjoy
Yes.
and say, oh, I can do these.
Well, and
you
that's
know?
where the struggle comes in teaching too, because sometimes we'll do things that are good for them, like the lead leg kicking stuff. They're not enjoying it yet. It's hard. They're not gonna enjoy it till we're darn near done with it, because then
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, wow, this is really easy. I'm good at it. Well, that's 3 months practicing. We'll do that.
Yeah.
So that's the trick too, is like making it energetic, making it fun, and getting them on board and ready to go for it, even when it is something new and hard. You've seen last week, with first week of doing those kicks, classes were rough.
Yeah.
Those kids were not the most thrilled. This week, everybody's
Yeah.
much happier. We're splitting it up different. Next week, we'll split it up even more different, and they'll pump up even more, because they are building the strength.
Yeah.
They might not see it yet, but they are getting better. I already see just gross improvement across every. So, well, I appreciate you guys coming on today. I really am excited to see where your journey takes you. I'm excited to look forward to next year, having you guys back on, or in 6 months, and kind of talk about this more. And just appreciate you guys being a part of the school and everything you guys bring to it, because it's not the mat show. It's Boyer Academy, and we're all a part of it. And that's something that I think everybody forgets or doesn't think of sometimes, that they're going to come in the door because they see me out speaking and stuff, but they're coming in for all of us. So it's so important. So thank you guys
for
very
having
much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. You're good. Sweet.
Yeah.